Hi everyone, my name's Rose, Vibro Rose. I haven't been on here for a little while because I've been really poorly with Vibro. I really had a bad couple of days, or last couple of weeks, should I say, with it. Today I'm a little bit better. My brain thoughts are slightly better, not brilliant, but slightly. First of all, I want to make a complaint or let everybody be aware, I think, of something that happened today. I don't know if anybody's seen the news or this morning, I think it's called, with Philip Schofield about the measles epidemic. We listened to it, and a friend of mine had not had measles and he's disabled, so he took the advice of what they were saying. Go to your doctors, find out if you've had it and if you've been immune to it, or if you've had the injections for it. Anyway, he did this and he was told they've not heard of anything about it. They don't know what we're going on about, and they don't provide the measles injection. You have to go to a travel agency to get it. Well, never heard so much rubbish in all my life. I was actually really shocked. I just couldn't believe what we were being told. So we did some investigating and we rang quite a few different surgeries off the off chance, and we asked them a certain question. Had you heard of the measles epidemic in the continent? And the National Health Association, World Association, has put out a warning, and each one turned and said they've not even heard of it. They've not been told. So we were like, well, hang on, it's been on the news this morning, it's in the papers, it's on YouTube, it's on all over the place. And also we found out that BBC actually did an article about it last week. So why isn't it that all the health medical associations in England, well, where we are in Southampton, should I say, don't know nothing about it? They haven't been told, so they're not acting on it. So we were very like, what's going on here? This isn't right. Something's up. So we did some more investigating. We rang round, my friend did, he rang round a few more surgeries, and each one has said practically the same thing. We don't know what you're talking about. We don't have the injections here. So, we've not been told anything. And then we rang up the Health Association people themselves, and they turned around and said, well, it's down to the surgeries now and the doctors to check on everything to warn their patients. Well, it just goes to show really that the surgeries ain't doing their job, or they're passing it by because it means more money out of their pocket. So all those people who's not had measles or had the injection, you are and have to go and have a booster to protect yourself, because apparently in Spain, France, Italy, Romania, and quite a few other countries on the continent itself are having a major epidemic. And we were warned on this false Philip Schofield show. The doctor was saying that you have to go and get it yourself checked, or check to make sure you've had your jabs, and make sure check on everything, and it's not too late to have this measles injection, especially if you are ill and disabled, because if anybody knows about measles, if you get it when you're an older person, it can cause a lot of problems and death. Well, in Romania at the moment, I think there's 3,000 something odd who's got it, and 17 of them has died. So in hindsight, at the end of the day, we have to start listening to what we've been told, and we're doing the National Health job for them, where it should have been public notice. And why aren't the doctors doing this? They look at you when you tell them what you've been told to do, and they look at you as if to say, well, we've heard nothing, we don't know what you're on about, so, you know, go away. And then we got told by a doctor's manager or whatever today, oh, you have to go to the travel agency or something and you get it off of them. Well, what's they got to do with the measles injections? They don't even know what they're talking about. So it just goes to show that the health side of things these days has really got rock bottom. And if they're not allowing us to know about this, what else aren't they allowing us to know about? What else are they hiding? You know, there's all these different diseases going around, different illnesses, but they flog you off, push you to one side. Oh, you'll be all right, go away. You know, we can't do anything for you. And that. But then when you think about it, they probably can, but they don't want to spend the money on us, you know. So if you're disabled or if you're sick and there's no cure for you in any way or form, then there probably is a cure, but they don't want to spend the money on it. And not being funny, but as the old saying goes, right, if you cure something, where's the income coming from once that's gone? Once they've been cured, they won't have people wanting to buy the medicine. So, yeah, so at the end of the day, I do believe that we've been lied to, and I don't think they like it, because some of us have caught on, and we've actually gone to the surgeries and we've actually asked about it. And so at the end of the day, you know, they have been lied. And then later on this afternoon, after we'd done all our talking to the newspaper and BBC and doctor surgeries, my friend got a phone call saying, oh yes, you can have your injection, measles injection, on Thursday. Well, 1 minute they're saying they don't hold it, next minute they're saying they don't give it out, and now all of a sudden, out of the blue, they're allowing him to have it. So, you know, that's really strange in my eyes, and I know a few of my friends are actually saying the same thing. So just a warning that, yes, be careful, because as you all know, we are a small country and we have different amounts of people coming into this country from all of these places. And if they bring in the measles virus and you haven't had measles or had the injection from it to protect you from measles, just be careful, because if you are sick or very young, right, or whatever, then, you know, it's going to hit everybody. We're all going to suffer one way or another. You know, I'm lucky because I did have measles, you know, and my children's had measles, but my young babies haven't. My young grandchildren haven't had measles yet, you know. So if they're going to start if this is going to start coming back into the countries, parents, old people, everybody who's vulnerable, please be aware and watch yourself, you know. As soon as there's any sign of a temperature or any sign of measles whatsoever, then get straight onto your surgery and get advice straight away. Don't hang around, don't leave it. Don't put it by so it's only a cold or it'll fly over. Don't, because it, you know, you'll know if it's measles, believe me. Yeah, so that is one thing. So it just makes you wonder really what else they lie about and what else they try and cover up, you know. Also, I noticed this also with this fibro. I was told that it's now got to be registered properly, and doctors and hospitals have got to take it quite seriously, because now we've been told that it hits the bones and it can cause strokes and kidney problems. So yeah, and if you look on the national NHS site, and I think there's a few other sites or something to do with it, they've also amended it by saying it attacks the bones. So all this time, these patients and that with fibro is saying, oh, my bones are hurting, or it feels like it's my bones. Well, it probably is your bones. So fibro is attacking the bones, not just the fibrous tissue. And this is the National Health stating that fact. So we learnt that one the other day. And yeah, and a friend of mine who was really suffering and he was told that by his GP as well, that it is hitting the bone. And it's only because he told me, we looked it up and we looked at the National Health site and everything, and it stated the same, that what's happening. Fibromyalgia has gone on to hurting, damaging the bones in some way or form, kidneys, and give you high strokes. So sometimes when you get your pain here and stuff, you know, that's all to do with pressure from the heart and the muscles and everything else and the lot. So don't sit around and take rubbish from them, because again, you know, if they don't have to pay out, they won't pay out. You have to fight for everything. And I know America disabled people suffering, I know the British disabled people are suffering, and I assume most of the other countries who's got this, who's having the same problem, they are hitting the disabled first. Disabled people are being pushed to the side no matter what. And you're classed as a hypochondriac, and you know you're not, and you're classed as like, oh, go away, you're after your drugs. Well, no, we're not. You know, we're living off nothing. And I don't know about you, but I know in England, up in Hull and all around that area, we have actually got British people living in tents now, which were in the park in front of the council offices nearly, and they've all been moved on to the edge, out of town area, so out of sight again. So where these people got no homes and they've been taken off their PIP or DVLA, and they've lost their money because Atos has decided that, oh no, we're not going to put, you know, you're not going to get enough points, because they don't know the real reasons. They're not really qualified for whatever it is you've got wrong with you. And so, yeah, so of course they're going to put down you're fit for work. And when it says like move a box or something like that, well, sorry, but what job does it take, or where does it say on we're actually having to move big boxes? Well, empty boxes. Well, we don't, you know. And disabled people, no matter what, pain, if you're in chronic pain, then at the end of the day, you don't know when you're going to be attacked. It could be fine 1 minute, 5 minutes down the line, you could be in agony, you could be screaming in pain. At the moment, I'm hurt like myself. I've had the last couple of weeks where it's been really, really bad, from my head to my toes. My feet feel like I've got stones underneath it. My hands and my wrist really hurt me. My head is like, oh, it keeps me awake. My ear, I can't wear my hearing aid properly because it's affecting all my ears. The fibro is. I am having a real bad flare, even though you can't see it on the outside. I just wish people could walk in our shoes to feel what we're feeling, you know, and hopefully, you know, be taken more serious. At the end of the day, I am sick and tired of being attacked because we're disabled. And I don't know about other countries, but I know in England we are actually being told to we are actually, it's right, it's my little dog, she's barking at all the people going past. Oh dear, she likes to have her say. She doesn't have words, she protects me and she lets me know if anybody's out there. And that she does. But at the end of the day, see again, I've gone off thing because my brain, now see, I've forgotten what, I've lost track on what I was saying, and this is what fibro does. And this is what I've been having. It's like sometimes I don't know why, and I've heard this from somebody else as well who's suffering, that one minute you could be watching something, or you could be sitting there and you're doing something, and then 20 minutes have gone by and I can't remember what I was doing or what I've watched. The other day I actually forgot. I thought it was Saturday when it was apparently a Friday, and I really believed it was Saturday. And my son-in-law turned around and said to me, well no, it's Friday. And I still didn't believe it. And it wasn't until I turned on the news and everything and to watch it to prove that, you know, I thought he was wrong, and I couldn't get it through to my head. My head would not accept the fact that it was Friday, and I really lost today, and I can't even remember what I did on that Friday. I just don't know. I can't remember. I've tried to think. I've tried to look at things what I've done. Can't. No, it's gone. It's gone out of my head. So yeah, so that is another horrible thing to do with fibromyalgia. We do lose time, and for no reason we can go into what I call a trance and forget, just looking in, just staying still and just going into space really, and thinking, coming in, sort of like shaking myself and sort of coming out of it, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what have I just done? What's happening? And I forget where I am and stuff. So yeah, it's got really bad, my fibro at the moment. It's really attacking my head and my brain. It's attacking, well, it's just attacking the whole body at the moment. So yeah, so you know, all you fibro warriors out there know that there's so many aspects to fibro, and thank God we all don't have it in the same contents, and we don't all go down with it in the same way. What might affect somebody doesn't always affect somebody else. You know, there is so many parts to this, and I think the National Health and the governments or courts or whatever have actually realised that it's one of those illnesses that's never going to get cured. It's no cure in it. In fact, if anything, you just go on to get worse and worse. It may be quite a while before you get to a really bad stage, but sometimes you can be mild, and then all of a sudden you can wake up and you're so disabled, you can't do anything, even just to get out of bed and go into the bathroom. You're looking at yourself, you're thinking, well, this isn't me. Who is this person staring at me in the mirror? I don't know who you are, you know. And then you think to yourself, inside you still want to be that person, but your body has decided enough's enough. It's too tired, and it's going to give up on you for a while. And no matter how much you try, it doesn't want you to move. So yeah, we are really suffering, and it doesn't help, I think, with the weather at the moment, because one minute we've got really beautiful sunshine, and then next minute it's raining and cold. So our bodies aren't having a chance to adapt to the weather and that. So yeah, but all said and done, back to this measles and that. If there's a serious problem with illnesses coming into this country, or if they think something's going to be spreading, then they need to get onto the surgeries, get onto the hospitals, do it properly, be prepared, right, instead of leaving everything to the last damn minute, right, and then they're shouting that we can't cope, or all these people gone down with this and, you know, gone down with measles, or gone down with mad cow's disease, or whatever, you know, bird flu, the lot, you know, they have prior warning. Our surgeries and our doctors and that, they do get prior warning. I don't care what they say, they know, right? But it just means if they have to order a load of medication in, right, to prepare for this, it comes out of their everyday budget, right? So they don't like spending, okay? So they leave everything to the last second, right, before they start shouting out, oh my God, we've got this. You know, we had no idea it was coming. Well, they do know, and as far as I'm concerned, the World Health Association are the ones who let us all know, and they are the ones who tell you, you know, the medical profession, be prepared, right? But again, I don't know why Britain's like it. Well, our national health system's gone down. You know, again, the ones who need the help, real help, the ones who's paid into the system, you know, what the government or people say we're not lower grade, but they treat us like lower grade. You know, we can't get help. You know, we're pushed to one side, and we're lucky if we can get the medication we're getting at the moment. You know, I also noticed on the news that they're putting people with knee problems and hip problems way back now, you know, so they're making more and more people disabled. They are, where they sorted this out as it occurs, and so that person then can get back on their feet or his feet and put back into the community. Then they're leaving things longer and longer and longer, so the problems are worsening. So instead of the hip, it can be affecting something else, and then something else is being affected. So that means then that person is permanently disabled again. So they are making more people disabled, and I know it sounds stupid and I know it sounds crazy, but in hindsight, at the end of the day, it makes you think it's their way of getting rid of half of us, you know, because I know for a fact, well, she wasn't in England, she was in America, this lass, and she took her life because of pain and because of fibro. So my thoughts go out to her and her family, and to all those who are feeling in the same way of despair with pain and not being able to get medication to help you, and there's nothing generally which is helping you. I do feel sorry for you. I do. My heart does go out to every one of you, but don't take your life. Life is too short at the end of the day. As it is, people who are disabled, right, we have enough to fight for what we get, right? Don't give in to them, because you're just another number. You know, you'll just be another number they've ticked off, not to worry about. So don't give them the satisfaction of taking your life. You know, be there, be counted at the end of the day, right? Doesn't matter what it's about, what illness you got, and if you feel suicidal, you know, think that you take your life, right? You may go to the other side, I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's your family and that who's left, right, mourning you. It's your family's left despair, okay? But to the government and to your health officials, you're just another statistic, so why should they worry? So it wouldn't make any difference to them. So don't give them the satisfaction. Be counted. Stand up for what is yours at all time. Okay, until next time, right, speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.